So being a person is kind of a weird thing. When you're a person, you have to socially interact with other people, and for some reason there are like unspoken rules about these interactions that you have. One thing that I've never liked is how you have to greet other people. The main thing I find weird about greetings is the questions that we ask other people. Like when I see somebody that I know when I'm out and about, I try to make a comment about where we are or what we're doing at the time. Like if I'm in a nudist colony, I would say, "Hey man, that's a lot of skin around here, don't you think?" But something I hate being asked is, "How's it going?" First of all, what is it? It could be defined as literally just about anything, like the flow rate of the Amazon River. If you ask me how's it going, I could say, "Oh, about 10 miles an hour." And then I might get a weird look back, but why? You didn't ask me anything specifically, you just asked me how's it going, and I told you. But there only seems to be one actually acceptable response to how's it going, and that is good. It's going good. And the same goes for the equally annoying question, how are you? At least that question makes a little bit of sense because you're asking about the state of being of another person, but really still there's only one answer to that, and it's not a conversation starter. If somebody asks, how are you, and you say good, that's the response that they wanted, but that's not going to lead you to any new conversation. I just think that as humans we need better ways of greeting each other, but I've got no real solutions. I'm just going to complain about it without trying to help. Another thing I find weird about human interaction is just pretty much every awkward moment. Awkward moments come in all shapes and sizes. Like when somebody says happy birthday and you say thanks, you too. Or when a pizza guy hands you your pizza and he says enjoy your meal and you say thanks, you too. He's not eating anything. Because awkward moments wouldn't be that bad if you could just let it happen and then get over it. But when that happens to me, I just sit and dwell on it for like an hour and a half, just hating myself. And then once I finally forget it, 2 days later I'll be reminded of it. And then think about it for another 15 minutes. Another thing that there seems to be no rules for is when you see somebody that you want to speak to, but they're like 200 feet away. So you wave at them and you say hi, and they say hi back, and then you guys start walking towards each other. What are you supposed to do for that 20-second walk? And what are you supposed to do about conversation? Like when is the right time to start talking to them? If you start trying to have the conversation while you're still 200 feet away and walking towards each other, then you both look like idiots to everybody else. Because you're just shouting to each other, trying to have a conversation as you're coming close. But if you just walk silently towards each other for that entire 200 feet, it's just awkward. And speaking of seeing someone from far away, what are you supposed to do when you see an attractive person that you'd like to talk to? Like how do you walk up and just start a conversation with a stranger? Like if you guys are standing in an ungodly long line at the BMV, then that makes sense. You can strike up conversation about how annoying this wait is taking, and then move the conversation on to talk about what you guys do for a living or something. But what if you're at B-dubs and you see this really hot chick sitting at a table three tables down from you, and she looks like she's fun and happy and single, and you want to go talk to her and maybe get her number? How do you start that? I mean, I guess most people don't. I know I've never done that. But I feel like we should be able to, you know? I want to be open to every attractive person that I've ever seen to be my romantic partner. But I can't do that unless I know how to talk to the pretty lady at B-dubs. So I've outlined some awkward things about being a human, and the conclusion of this is that I have no real solutions. So I guess just keep being uncomfortable.